Okay guys, so 5, 6 is adding linear expressions. A linear expression just means it's an equation of a line, okay, which you're going to do a ton of in Math 8. So today we're just going to look at how we can combine these x's and numbers and y's and numbers and things like that, okay? So the first thing is example 1. I have 2x plus 3 plus x plus 4. So like I just showed you with the blocks, you can only combine things with x's and things with just their own number, right? So what do you guys think it is? The answer. What?
3x plus 7.
So I can combine my x's. This is the long way, okay? 2x plus x, right? And then I combine the 3 and the 4, and there it is, 3x plus 7. Raise your hand if you knew that was the answer. Good. So you're thinking of the blocks in your head.
What about the 2?
The 2 x's goes with the 1 x there to make 3 x's. Okay? Huh. Easy, right? Let's try another one. I have 2x minus 1 plus x minus 5. Some of you already have the answer. I could see it. So I'm going to combine the x's, right? I have a 2x and an x. And then I have a negative 1 and I have a negative 5. You don't need to rewrite the plus sign. You can, but you don't need to. So what's 2x plus x?
3.
3x. Good. And what's negative 1 and negative 5? Negative 6. So there's your answer. 3x minus 6. So this middle step, what I'm doing right here, is what you do in your brain, right? You're combining these in your brain. You don't always have to write these down. But I'm showing you the process that you go through in your brain, okay? You're taking these things and you're combining them together. These similar items, right? It's like grouping. When you did elementary math, you did a lot of grouping. Okay, let's try this one. 2x minus 3 plus a negative x plus 4. So I'll show you what you do in your brain. Just kind of regrouping those like items. So we have 2x minus an x. What would that be? What's 2 minus 1?
1.
1. So that's just x. And then negative 3 and 4 is?
1.
1. Good. So it's just x plus 1.
It's easy.
Okay, raise your hand if there's questions so far. Yes. Do you need to put a 1 in front of anything?
No.
No. Because 1 times anything is itself, right? That's that identity property. Yeah. You can.
This is really confusing.
We'll do a lot more. Yeah.
When you said that we were grouping, is 2x the 2 considered an x?
2 is attached to the x, so there's 2 x's. Just like when I showed you the blocks and we put them together. And then we got extra, you know, we had 5 x's and then we had 6 x's and
10 x's.
Okay? Let's try one more. This one's a little bit more challenging because what do we have to do before we can combine them? What should I do with that 2? Rainbows, right? Distribute. So the first step is to distribute, which is what I wrote down. So that would give me 2x plus 6, right? So then I rewrite that as 2x plus 6, and then I just have the 3x plus 1. So how many x's do I have now? 5, right? You did that in your head. 5 x's and how many just numbers?
7.
7. So 2x plus 3x, and then the 6 plus 1 is 5x plus 7. Some of you are starting to get it. That's good. Don't worry. You guys get like 8 more years of this.
What?
All right. This is just the beginning. Scratching the surface.
I'm already dead.
No. All right. Let's try another one with distributing. So remember rainbows? So what will this be? 5x minus 20. Because 5 times a negative 4 is negative 20. Okay? Okay, so we have 5x minus 20, and then we have a 2x and a minus 7. So how many x's are there?
7.
7. And then how many just numbers are there? Negative, right? Negative 27? Good. So you have negative 20 and a negative 7 is negative 27. Getting a little better? Okay. All right. We got more, don't worry. Gonna turn the page? Okay. All right, so I want you to try this one. Without talking. Try this one. See if you can get it right, all by yourself. If you don't want to write the middle step, what you're doing with your brain, you don't have to write it. If you can just get to the answer, then write the answer. Just raise your hand when you have it. Raise your hand when you got it. Let's let a couple more people get it first. Okay, Taylor, what'd you get? 3x, that's right. And then you got plus 2 because you did negative 1 and 3, right? Raise your hand if you got that right. Any questions on that one? Okay, let's try another one. X minus 4 plus negative 2x plus 1. Don't talk about it, just write it down. X minus 4 plus negative 2x plus 1. Raise your hand when you think you got it. Only 2 people have it? 3 people? 4, 5, 6. Okay, Sienna, what'd you get?
X plus negative 2.
Nope. Anyone else want to try? Sarah?
3x plus 3.
No? Anyone else want to try? Michael?
Negative 3x plus negative 3. No.
The negative 3's right. We're getting closer.
What?
Rachel?
I got x minus 3.
No?
Anyone?
Did you get it?
I don't know.
What'd you write?
Negative 3x.
No? Nick?
Negative 3 plus negative 1x.
I'm going to just rewrite this real quick. I'm going to regroup the x's together and maybe that will help you.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, raise your hand. Daniel?
Negative 3x plus 5.
No. What if I put a little 1 right there? Does that help you? Taylor? Good. Negative x, and you don't need the plus, so you could just leave it as negative x minus 3. Oh, raise your hand if you had that right. No. Oh, you did? Good. Okay, so 1x minus a 2 is a negative
So that's
1.
right.
No, this is right.
No,
Okay?
so negative 1x.
All right, let's try this one. Yeah, that would work. This one has distributing first, so don't forget to distribute first before you combine. So this is 6 times x plus 7 plus the x plus 3. Wow, some of you are fast. His hand's flying up. Okay, Corey, what'd you get?
Got 7x plus 45.
Good. So, if you got that right, raise your hand. So, I'm finding that you guys are really good when you have positives, right? It's all addition. But whenever I throw in a negative, you're like all over the place. So, do you know what that means we're going to practice a lot of? Negatives.
If you put the 7 plus 3, that's
6x? You didn't multiply. Okay. All right. Last example. Shh. This is the last example. Okay, you're going to be given a shape like a triangle, rectangle, or just some odd polygon. And they're going to say to you, they're going to give you all the sides, okay? And they're going to say, find the perimeter. Yep, this is coming. They're going to say, find the perimeter, and then they'll give you a value for x as well. So they'll say, find the perimeter if x equals, and in this case, our x is going to equal 5 centimeters. Okay? So how do you find perimeter in general? You add all the sides, right?
Yeah.
So that means we have to add all of these sides. So we're going to rewrite them. So I have 3x minus 3. And then I add that to the 2x plus 9. And then I add that to the 5x. I'm not even going to worry about this x equals 5 quite yet. Okay? That'll come at the end. So I have 3x minus 3, 2x plus 9, and 5x. How many x's do I have? 3 plus 2 is? Plus 5 more is? 10. So I have 10 x's, right? Okay? So I combine them right here for you. If you want to rewrite it, this is what you're doing in your head. And then I have a negative 3 and a positive 9. I don't have anything with the 5x, so I don't have to worry about that. What's a negative 3 and a positive 9? What does that make? 6. So I have 10x plus 6. Everyone agree?
Yes.
Now I take the 5 and I plug it in where the x is. That's the evaluating part that you guys have been doing. So what's 10 times 5? Plus 6? Good. And then you're done. Okay? Yeah. You could plug in 5 first and then add it. It is. But it's not always going to be a lot easier. All right. So, you guys, what Anastasia said, what she said was she said, could you plug in 5 first? You sure can, but it's not always going to be that easy. Okay? But this is the kind of the longer method, but since we're practicing combining, this is what we want to do right now. Okay? All right. So, The practice I want you guys to do in your book right now is page 398, 1 through 3.